Well, welcome once again into the mid-Norfolk farm garden, and this bed of irises I think we last filmed in 2021. Um, didn't do too well last year, but just look at them this year. Planted en masse. A few changes since we last filmed them. The bed has been extended sideways by the removal of a row of sedums, which had grown very well and had protected the irises to a degree, but was also in late summer shading the rhizomes, and we felt actually detracting from the sunlight getting onto the rhizomes. So we dug those out, extended the bed of iris sideways, and created this mass planting. Now, last year I was expecting to replant this. We were going to dig them all up, divide, remove any damaged rhizomes, but we didn't get around to it, and I'm quite pleased looking at the display that I didn't. But it does need doing, and let me show you why. Actually, before I do it, just let me show you this beauty in close-up. This is a heritage variety called Jacquesiana Lemon, developed in 1841 in France. It's got the most exquisite purple striation on the outer petals, and then when you open it up to the central throat, just look at that, with these gold pollen encrusted throats. Absolutely beautiful. They're quite a short-lived flower. These will open up along the bracts with the terminal flower opening first, and quite often by the time the terminal flower is finished, then the lower ones are only just starting out. So it is something, you can see this flower head here been out for about 3 days and is already just starting to fade. By just nipping those out and deadheading, you can keep the whole display looking incredibly fresh. But the reason I want to replant in this border is a little more apparent when we come down and look at the base of the plants. These have got quite a bit of dieback on them this year, and some rust developing there. Now that's a sign that the rhizomes themselves are stressed, and they've been growing in this border, which is very poor gravelly soil, for about 5 or 6 years now. So the plan of action when these have finished flowering is to cut them back, lift the whole display here, reinvigorate the soil and work some good compost into it. I'm still going to keep it quite gravelly and well drained, but I think they really are starting to show some signs of nutrient problems with this border. And yes, we can feed that, but I think they need thinning out so that there's more air around the rhizomes and a little bit more, just for them to grow away better and quicker. And some fresh growth on this by cutting these rhizome heads back and the leaves back to arrow points will really allow them, hopefully, to repeat this wonderful display for us in the coming years in this spot. And if you're going to grow irises, try and plant them en masse if you can. I know it's tempting to go for multiple different shades and varieties, and just behind me we have got different colour versions because there are some wonderful ones out there. But as a mass planting for effect, I don't think a single big border like this, if you've got the space, can be bettered.